Black News Tonight starts now. Good evening and thank you everybody for joining me on Black News Tonight. I'm Marc Lamont Hill. The Colorado Attorney General says there's a pattern of racially biased policing within the Aurora Police Department. The AG launched a civil rights investigation amid outrage over the death of Elijah McClain. The 23-year-old was walking home from a store when he was stopped by 3 Aurora police officers in 2019. McClain was unarmed and not suspected of committing any crime. He was wrestled to the ground, placed in a neck restraint, and injected with a powerful sedative. He died 3 days later. Police were called to the area to investigate the reports of a suspicious person. The lead investigator in R. Kelly's ongoing trial in federal court continues his testimony today, explaining what evidence was recovered from Kelly's home and storage units. Kelly is charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. BNC's Drake Clark reports.
The federal courtroom where singer R. Kelly is being tried for sex trafficking and racketeering was relatively quiet today. Not because there was nothing happening, but rather because there was a lot for the jury to see and hear. Audio and video recordings were played in court, at least 2 of them dating back to 2008. Only members of the jury, the attorneys, and the lead investigator who helped find the recordings at Kelly's home in Chicago and a storage unit were allowed to watch and listen. So we can't say exactly what the jury saw or heard, but we do know some of the recordings are graphic and sexually explicit. And R. Kelly is seen in some of the videos along with at least 2 of his accusers, who testify Kelly recorded them in various sexually related scenarios. There's also a recording in which prosecutors say you can hear Kelly berating and threatening one of his accusers after he believed she stole from him. Prosecutors say the recordings illustrate the type of physical and psychological abuse Kelly used to exert and maintain control over the women and girls he was engaged in sexual relationships with. Multiple female and male accusers testified that Kelly was controlling, abusive, and sexually aroused by subjecting his girlfriends to doing humiliating things, like having sex with his friends in front of him. And sometimes he would do it as a form of punishment when they disobeyed his orders. Kelly denies all claims against him and has pleaded not guilty. I'm Drake Clark for Black News Tonight.
Emotional testimony today from Olympic gymnasts Simone Biles and McKayla Maroney, the 2 appearing on Capitol Hill, calling for the Federal Bureau of Investigation to be accountable in its handling of the Larry Nassar case. Biles and Maroney say the FBI failed to take the case seriously and failed them, allowing Nassar to abuse more young women. More than 150 women have come forward saying that they were abused by Nassar. Biles cried as she testified during the Senate hearing.
I sit before you today to raise my voice so that no little girl must endure what I, the athletes at this table, and the countless others who needlessly suffered under Nassar's guise of medical treatment, which we continue to endure today. We suffered and continue to suffer because no one at FBI, USAG, or the USOPC did what was necessary to protect us. We have been failed, and we deserve answers.
The FBI is accused of not only failing to act quickly during the investigation, the FBI's field office in Indianapolis didn't take responsibility for the missteps, giving incomplete and inaccurate information to FBI inquiries. In other news, the World Anti-Doping Agency says it's reviewing cannabis on its prohibited substance list. This after track star Sha'Carri Richardson was banned from participating in the 2020 Olympic Games due to her testing positive for THC, which is the active ingredient in marijuana. The agency says the request for a review came from, quote, a number of stakeholders. If there are any changes to the list, it will take effect after 2022. An update to last night's Boston mayoral race. It's now narrowing to 2 women. Michelle Wu came in first place with a 33% of the vote. Anissa Essaibi George came in second with 22.5%. Wu has a strong stance on climate change and housing policy. George has promised voters to be in the neighborhoods doing the work. The two will face off November 2nd in a general election where moderate black and older voters are expected to be the majority. Today marks the 58th anniversary since the KKK bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church that took the lives of 4 young black girls. Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, Addie Mae Collins, and Cynthia Wesley were victims of a heinous attack that played a pivotal role in the Birmingham civil rights movement in the 1950s and 1960s. The city of Birmingham released a statement saying, 58 years ago, the horrific bombing of 16th Street Baptist Church stole the lives of 4 precious girls and opened the world's eyes to the evils of racism. Say their names and fight for their legacy. Over to Haiti, where the top prosecutor, Bedford Claude, asked the investigative judge to charge Prime Minister Ariel Henry in the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. Tuesday, the chief prosecutor made the request to Judge Gary Aurelian, asking for Henry to be barred from leaving the country after finding evidence linking the acting prime minister to President Moïse's assassination. Under Haitian law, without the authority of the president, Claude cannot issue any mandates against a government minister. On Monday, Prime Minister Henry fired Chief Prosecutor Claude for serious administrative infractions, along with Justice Minister Rockefeller Vincent and a key advisor to late President Moïse, Renaud Lubris. A fill and finish facility for COVID-19 vaccines is coming to Kenya. This comes as the country works on setting up a full-scale manufacturing plant to ensure supply. The National COVID-19 Vaccine Deployment Plan stated they aim to start local production during the first quarter of 2022 and have a fully fledged human vaccine manufacturing capability by 2024. If everything goes according to the plan, vaccination sites in Kenya will raise from the current number of 800 to 3,000. In Somaliland, the PLO Lumumba Foundation has launched the Unity University in Hargeisa, the nation's capital city. Many notable figures attended the inaugural event, including the namesake for the foundation, PLO Lumumba, the Somaliland Financial Minister, Dr. Saad Ali Sire, and other dignitaries whom we've both had on the show. The Unity University will lead instruction purely in English and is expected to become a world-class university in leadership development in Somaliland. 500 scholarships from the university have been offered to the people of Somaliland, and the university is expected to add value to the country's education system. Everybody, we want you to join this conversation. Be sure to join us by going over to our BNC Instagram and Twitter pages. We want to hear from you. Let us know how you feel. Also visit the website, bnc.tv, and subscribe to our YouTube page to check out clips from the show.